up, yo? It's a nice afternoon. Just got off work. And this is the third day of me having my 2025 Harley Davidson Breakout. And I wanted to give you guys my first initial review of it. This is my third ride on it. My first ride I didn't have my camera. My second ride, my camera wasn't set up good, so that footage that I used there was kind of a waste. So this one I think I got it set up a lot better, and I will let you guys enjoy the show. I sat on this Breakout, and the seating position was the first thing I was like, oh man, this feels so good. Like, feels good on my knees, on my back. You know, it kind of like stretches everything out, and just it's a real relieving position for me. And I was completely fine with the reach. Now granted, I'm coming from a super sport motorcycle, so I probably could have got on any Harley and it would have been very comfortable, but this position was very comfortable to me, so that's why I went with this Breakout. And so far I'm really liking it. I have zero downsides to this bike at all. Well, I take that back. There's one downside, but it's downside to any brand new Harley. It's just the sound, right? So I've already got some Tabs Performance slip-ons headed to me in the mail, so I can get that nice Harley sound. But other than that, the riding, everything is great. So when I was at the dealership, they had a 2024 there. They had two 2024s I could have saved a couple thousand on, but ultimately I decided to go with this one over those, and the reasons for that was because a few different things. First is the ride modes. When I had my 2019 Street Bob, that was a 107, and it didn't have ride modes, you know, and I mean, I rode it fine, no problem, but I ride to work, ride in the rain, and there's a couple times, you know, and those handle grips on that one were really thick too, so that was also a little bit different. Just the handle grips were so thick on that bike, and there was a couple times when my tire got squirrely, but I mean, you know, I let off the throttle, not a big deal. But I figure this one, you know, I'm going up to a 117. This is the most powerful bike I've ever ridden, you know, torque wise. So this thing does have a ton of torque. And so, you know, when I'm riding in the rain, I kind of would like to have those options of different modes, you know. Especially, it depends how you're feeling too, right? Like, sometimes you're not 100% on your game. You don't want the full beast that you have under you. So, to me, the ride mode was a huge thing that made me go with the 2025. And you can see here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's very clear on my vision anyway. It's just sometimes the sun and the reflection doesn't really work well with the camera. But I'm in sport mode now, and you got the mode switch here, and you can switch to, you know, there's rain mode, and then there's street mode. And so rain obviously is the most powered down, and then, you know, street's right in the middle, and then sport mode is the most potent of them all, which I like sport mode. So let me go back to sport mode. There we go, I'm in sport mode. So that was the main, one of the big reasons. And then secondary reasons, I really like this gauge here. On my Street Bob, I had the same gauge that's on the 2024 Breakout. You know, it's like integrated into the handlebars, and I didn't mind it. It wasn't terrible or anything. It's just I really like this gauge style here over the other gauge. It looks a lot better. It looks, you know, classic. It's got the analog speed here, which I really like, but it's still got a digital component to it where you can switch through all your different modes. You know, it's got a tire pressure sensing system. You can look at your tire pressures. You can right now I'm on an RPM setting, and but it's got a bunch of different things you can look at on the digital side, which is great. And then the next reason why is because it comes with all the LED lights, and the LED lights, and then also the front headlight kind of went back to the more classic look compared to the 2024s and 2023, and those ones had, I mean, it's not a terrible headlight. I don't think it looks terrible. It just doesn't look as good as this one. And so, you know, for me, the look, I mean, for anybody, the look is a big part of the bike, right? That's why we buy these things. We park our bikes, and what do? We look back at them because we love the way they look. So I like how it has all the LED lights, and I could have went and bought the LED lights, but for the other bike, it's not anything hard to do. But you know, this just had all that combined together, made me go with this one. And then the last thing actually was the intake. The intake on the 2024s, it stuck out a lot, and so you're like, my shin was against it, you know, when I sat down, and I didn't like that. I mean, I could have put up with it, but or I could have changed it. But you know, my goal is to buy the bike that has the most things that I want on it, and this was the one. So I like this one. Sticks out a bit too, but my shin isn't on it, and my leg barely touches it from time to time. So, but yeah, so my first thoughts on this machine is it rides very smooth. Suspension is amazing. Comfort level for me is a 10. I know if you're going from a touring bike, a big bagger, to this, then maybe the comfort level won't be a 10, but I've never ridden one, so to me this is the most comfortable bike I've ever ridden. And I think a big part of that is because the seat that's on here, this seat is really big, really wide. You know, it fits my whole butt into it, whereas when I had my street bob, you know, it didn't fit my whole butt like a chair. It was kind of like I sat on the pressure points. You know, it was a thinner seat, so that would hurt. And it wouldn't be that long after I started. It would hurt maybe like 30 minutes. My butt's already hurting. But this one, I rode for like 2 hours the other day, and I did not have the slightest ache at all. And so I really like this seat. I don't know how the passenger seat is yet. I'm waiting for my sissy bar to come in so my wife can sit on it and tell me how it feels, but I'm assuming it's going to be more comfortable than my street bob. We'll see on that. So comfort level, man, I give this thing a 10 out of 10. I love it. Like I said, the feet angle, it's like I'm on a recliner, almost just cruising, and I really like it. I really like, you know, you do got to reach slightly, but for the handlebars, but it doesn't bother me at all. It feels good, actually. Like I said, I have a bad back, and having the forward controls with my feet forward and kind of leaning puts a nice easing stretch on my back, not stress. And so I really like this position a lot. You know, when I had my street bob, I thought about going over to the mid forward controls, because I had mid controls, but I was like, I don't know, and so I never did, and I kind of regret it. You can always change everything to how you want it. You could get a lowrider ST and throw some forward controls on that thing, man, and it would feel just like this. So, but like I said, I was trying to get something with majority of what I wanted on it, and the one thing on the bike that I wanted that wasn't on this was a front fender, but I found a good one that I ordered, and you know, just like a windscreen, and it's coming in the mail, so we'll see how that one works. I would have ordered the Harley one, but it's on back order for like 13 weeks, so like, we'll see how this one I ordered goes. But so that's the only thing that this bike didn't give me that I wanted. But it came with the passenger seat, it came with the passenger foot pegs, it came with the ride modes, it came with everything like that. You know, it's got the 117 custom in it. It is a beautiful day here in Hawaii, and I am just taking a nice little drive to the Ko'olina resort area. It's a hotel tourist area. If you're not from here, if you've never been here, you plan on coming here, it's a nice area for the tourists to go. I mean, it's beautiful. It's got 4 lagoons. They're man-made lagoons, but they're on the ocean, so it's natural ocean water that comes into them. But the lagoons were built to keep out the the waves, the swells, and the sharks and all that. Although sometimes sharks do get in there still, but so yeah, I just I'm supposed to meet my brother this afternoon. We're gonna go pick up some lubricants and stuff for his dirt bikes and for my son's dirt bike. So right now, just like, let me go out there and get a ride. I just got off of work a little early, and it's nice and sunny, and this is a good time where there's not a lot of traffic. So cruise, man, and man, it feels amazing. If you notice here on the hand controls, they've been updated for 2025 too. All the same stuff, just a different update, different look. They're a little bigger. The start is a single push start, so you don't have to hold it in. You just push it and then the bike starts. And then you got your hazards, you got your traction control on the right, and then on the left you got your cruise control. You got to switch between your menus here. So it's really good. The brakes feel real nice on this bike. One thing on my 2019 Street Bob, the brakes felt really weak. Like they just weren't very good. I had to apply a lot of pressure on those brakes. These brakes, I can one finger them really easy. The clutch, very nice and easy. So I like that about it a lot. Like I said, I really like the speedometer a lot. I like the way it looks. Most of all, it just looks really amazing. I mean, you look at it, you can't beat that look, man. So suspension wise, this does have a suspension adjust under the seat. I don't really think I'll necessarily change the suspension settings, because when my wife does sit on it, she's really light, she's really small, and so there's no real need to adjust the settings for her. Now, sometimes my son used to ride with me on my Street Bob, so he's a lot bigger now. So maybe if he decides to ride with me, I'll probably adjust the suspension a bit. He's about 180, so the big boy. But other than that, I doubt I'll change the suspension settings. But I do like how you can if you want to. But as far as how the road bumps feel and everything like that, very smooth. I've hit some pretty decent bumps, and it's felt very smooth. Now I know it's got the single shock, so I like the single shock, the soft tail, and it probably doesn't compare to the touring bikes, but man, you got to remember, like I said, I'm coming from a sport bike, so I felt everything on that sport bike. So in regard to the turning on these bikes, from all the reviews and everything I read, this is not the greatest bike for if you want to quote unquote drag knee. I mean, you shouldn't be dragging knee in the Harley anyway. You'll drag peg first, but this isn't the best turning bike is what they say. But for me, I'm not trying to go fast in turns anyways on this thing. It's a cruiser. That's what it's meant to do, just cruise. So I have not had any issues at all with like dragging my pegs or not being able to turn sharp enough or anything like that, man. Turning feels great. I thought this is the first time I've had a wheel this wide, so I thought that it was going to be a major I thought it would be like a major problem for me. Not problem, but just something I'd have to get used to, and it would take a while. But it didn't take. I mean, from the second I rode it off the lot, it was great. Didn't feel like a problem at all. I was surprised, actually. I jumped on it, rode it right out of the lot, and I was like, man, this feels freaking good. Like, it feels like I've been riding this thing for years already. And so I went from I started in rain mode because this is my first 117 that I've had, and I was like, I'm gonna kick it up the street, and then did street mode for like 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to sport. And it was like I've been on this thing for years, but I haven't dogged it out yet. They told me to keep it under 3,200 RPMs for the first 500 miles, so I will do that because I want to take care of this thing. You know, I pay a lot of money for my ride. I want to make sure she's taken care of. And I guess I thought about, I've never really named my motorcycles, but I swear it seems like every successful person on YouTube names their motorcycle. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to name mine. And I think I've come up with a name, and let's call her Black Beauty, because man, she is black in chrome and she is beautiful. And this is going to be essentially my forever bike. I don't plan on ever getting rid of this thing or even getting another bike. I plan on keeping this thing for a very long time. And then when the engine, I guess until I physically can't ride anymore, maybe. But when the engine on this sucker goes, then I'll just upgrade it. New engine. But that'll be a long ways from now. So yeah, this is Koalina. You see the resorts and the hotels and whatnot here. This is where a lot of tourists come and stay. Back, I had already back there where I passed on the left. There were some restaurants, nice restaurants, and different shops, and you know, snack places, ice cream shop, and all that. So this is a nice area to come if you're a tourist. But I mean, locals come here too because we like to, you know, go to the beach here. The beach is real nice. It's just like it's very calm. There's no, you know, there's no waves in the water, so it's good for family kind of stuff. If you surf, yeah, you don't want to come here. Although you can surf on the outside of the coves. I've seen some pretty big swells come when there's a nice west swell, but there's not many people that surf out there, so it's pretty dangerous. I sure as hell not. I stick to the small waves. But yeah, they got golf courses here too, and just a nice, beautiful place. I'll show you the cove. I'm gonna go park over there, and I'll do a little tour around the bike so you know, you guys can see it. So this is one of the lagoons at Koalina, Lagoon 4. See how beautiful it is. They got a nice walkway here too. I used to come here in the mornings and then run. It's like a 3-mile loop if you go from over there all the way through the other lagoons. It's like a 3-mile loop, so I'd run, you know, and then I get done, just jump in the water over here, cool off. Might start doing that again. I've been lifting a lot of weights, but I haven't been running so much, so I'm getting back into running again. Trying to get lighter, you know, lose some weight. But yeah, this is it, man. See how nice it is. So if you ever come to Hawaii, or you ever want to come to Hawaii, this is one place you must come to. A lot of times on the weekend it's super crowded, but you know, families will set up and set up camp out here. I mean, not camping, and you can't set up tents or nothing like that because they try to keep it from looking so ghetto. But you know, you see them over there under that tree, set up tables and stuff, bring food, and just cruise all day. And then like during 4th of July and stuff, they'll have fireworks here, and you can just, me and my wife would sit in the water, the little floaties, and the fireworks are right out there on the water. You just watch the fireworks at night, man. It's beautiful. So I hope you guys get to experience this one day. If you've never been away, hope you guys get to come out here and experience this. But I figured I'd just show it to you. So this is my wonderful hog here. Yes, like I said, I like the LED lights. It comes with the LED lights. 2025 comes with this awesome more classic looking headlight, which is great. Doesn't come with a windscreen, but like I said, I ordered one. It's just like a windshield basically. I think it's come to about here, so that'll be nice. I haven't had the only thing is like when you ride fast on this thing, like maybe 70, and you've got an open face, then the wind kind of gets in your eyes, you know, obviously. But even with like a small visor on, wind still kind of gets under there. But with with my full face helmet, no issues at all. So, you know, I like the rims. They call it the roulette wheel rims, and man, they're freaking nice. I love those wheels. Yep, I'm gonna take the sucker to a detailer, have him do the ceramic coating on it and get everything right. But I'm waiting because these do not sound good, obviously, the stock pipes, the stock mufflers that come on it. So I got the Tab Performance coming in, and I am gonna slip those suckers on. They should be here tomorrow. I'll do a video on that as well. But man, you look at this thing, the straight, you look at this thing from the back, you see the straight handlebars. It looks really good, man. You can't beat that. And then the highlight of this thing is that big fat tire. Nothing says hog more than a big fat tire. I know a lot of the classic guys don't like the big fat tires, but man, I love them. We've got chrome everywhere, so that'll keep me busy. But yeah, this seat, man, this is a great seat. Like I said, this thing fits my whole butt on it. Feels amazing. Have not had butt soreness at all. Granted, I don't ride for more than a couple hours at a time, so like I said, the island's not very big. You can only go so many places. But the other thing, if you notice before, you know, these mirrors, they stick up and they look like they were more out of place with the old speedo system, you know, when it was integrated into the handlebars, because these were the only things that stuck up, so the middle was low and these were so high. But now with the updated speedometer, it sticks up. It's almost, you know, it's not as high as them, but it balances it out a lot more. And that look, man, it just looks really nice. And then once I get my windscreen here, it will look really, really good. But yeah, the graphics here, you got Harley Davidson, and then you got the logo. You know, if you know, like when it hits the sun, you can see it, but like when if you're like not really in the sun, it's a little bit more like ghost looking, you know, like it's harder to see. I like that a lot. Initially I didn't like the logo, but I was looking at like the red one and the yellow one, and so I didn't like it on those. But then when I saw this one, it's more subtle on this one, and I really like how it's subtle like that. Brakes, we got the single caliper, and that thing is very responsive for me. Have not had any issues stopping. I was surprised because I was used to my my street bob that had, you know, I had to push really hard on the brakes. So, but yeah, it's a nice little walk around for you guys, and I'll get back on the road. What's up, y'all? Goose here. I just want to apologize for my video being a little late this week. I promised myself when I started this channel that I would upload one long video every Monday. Well, technically Sunday or Monday at midnight on Hawaii time, so that way when you guys wake up, you guys have a nice new video to watch. But I've been a little late, had a busy weekend, and so that's why I'm late. But anyway, if you are watching, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your time, and if you like my content, consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, guys, peace.